using this knife, not through, oh look at me, I've got a knife. All of my box cutters are at my auntie's house, so I'm taking up her carpet. So genuinely, this is the only knife I have, I think, in the house that I would happily open a box with. So I don't think I even have a pair of scissors down here. I don't often do unboxing videos, but this is to check the parts, and I think I'm going to make it on video too. So we'll see. Okay, so let's have a look. Ta-da! Do you know what this is yet? Can you guess? This might give it away a little bit. It's something that's 3D printed. Correct, it's a 3D printer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all the bits out now just to check that every single piece is here. That doesn't look heated. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun with the 3D printer. No, I'm gonna try and put a 3D printer together. If I can do it, yay, fun with a 3D printer. Otherwise, ooh. After looking through it all, making sure every bit's there that isn't broken or snapped, there was no instructions, so the first place I looked was on the memory stick that comes with it. It's got an 8 gig memory card, which I will check to see if it's 8 gig, because I'm not saying that a lot of times they're not, but a lot of times they're not. And it's quite an extensive little help file. It's got all, you know, the setups and all that kind of thing. Hang on, let me zoom in a sec. So yeah, it's quite a nice detailed thing. I haven't actually read anything yet. Let me look. And it's written in decent-ish English. I haven't seen any of the, you know, the usual mistakes from Chinese written stuff, you know. But yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to start putting it together. I don't think it's probably not going to be a step by step, as there's a million getting them, you know, putting them together videos out there. But I'll do a bit of a montage maybe, and then we can have a little go with it and see what new things we can now create for the Off-Grid family. One thing that so far that I quite like is it really has got everything you'll need to set this up, including these tools. So you got 2 screwdrivers and then 4 different Allen keys. So, you know, literally if you've got nothing, you can put this all together, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, I've been building for about 10 minutes. I've got a few bits set up that it's asked me to. So far I've been quite impressed with the quality of the stuff that it's come with, actually. I thought there was going to be a lot of bits, you know, that were low quality, but so far it's actually, all the holes are in the right place and it seems really quite nice. Okay, so that's all set up. It took me about 3 hours. It was actually pretty straightforward, and I was very, very shocked by the fact that there wasn't any holes in the wrong places or whatever, which you get with the cheaper versions of anything. You know, they're not very well coordinated, you know, one hole won't correspond to another or whatever, but everything went well so far, as far as I know. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try out doing a test print. I'm not changing any of the settings whatsoever, not changing a thing. I'm going to use PLA. I'm going to print out, obviously, something Doctor Who like, because both my kids love it, so they can have a new toy, if it works, obviously. So I'm going to print that out. As I say, I've touched no settings, I've done nothing like that. I'm just going to print straight out, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I printed out a mini TARDIS, and I've got to say, for a first time print without any kind of messing about with the settings or anything, it printed out amazingly. This printed out in 3 parts, and all the parts correspond to where they should, and they're all the right size. Little bit of warping on the back bit, but you know, it was a very, very quick test print. One thing I've noticed though, I did try and print 2 of these out. Now, I did try and print 2 of these out, obviously, 2 children and so on, and the one on the left-hand side of the bed printed out perfectly. The one on the right-hand side of the bed, it didn't stick at all. So I've done some tests, and I've actually found that the right-hand side of the heat bed doesn't heat up properly. So the left-hand side of the print bed is wonderful, heats up fine. The right-hand, for some reason, doesn't. So I'll be contacting the eBay seller, and I will speak to them about it. But to be honest, apart from that one flaw in it, it's absolutely perfect. It works absolutely amazingly. Over the next couple of videos, I'll go into changing the settings to make it a little bit better and so on. And the beautiful thing about a 3D printer is you can print parts to make them better. So, for example, I'll be printing a spool holder. This came with one, but I'll print one that clips onto the top of the actual 3D printer, so it feeds directly from the top, so there's not as much wiggle and so on, and various other little things like that. And you can print most of the, well, I can print a whole new 3D printer now, minus the motors and the bars and that kind of thing. Anything that's plastic, you can reprint, and they do upgrade kits where they're a little bit more precise or whatever. So I could do that if I wanted, but at the moment I'm just gonna take it slowly. But this does open up a whole new world for the off-grid family. Any other little jobs I couldn't do. For example, the wind turbine, I can actually print out a mount specifically for that motor, so it will then fit inside the metal chamber that I made, and it will be a lot more robust and a lot safer, and well, not safer, but a lot more secure. This will turn into a series for 3D printing. I absolutely love them. I've put together a few of them now. Never my own, unfortunately, always other people's, but then I've always had access to be able to then print stuff if I've needed it. But now I've got my own, we can do quite a few little things, and if there's anything you guys would like to specifically see printed out, then give me a shout. Also, if you've got any questions about the build process or any of that, give me a shout in the comments, and we'll have a chat, and I'll, help you in any way I can. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye. Since making this video, I've printed out a few more things. Unfortunately, always on the left-hand side. I was right, the right-hand side does not work. Here's a picture of what I've made. A creeper, the TARDIS as you saw. I've made a Lego man, and an L-shaped Lego piece for my daughter Lily.